Coming up next, USA Rugby star turned Austin Elite captain Andrew Suniula. Brought to you by Friends of the British Council. Hey everybody, we're back at Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy and Steve Lewis in the Fantasy Sports Network Studio 34 studios in Midtown Manhattan. Steven, we have a special guest on the Skype monitor right now for us. You want to guess who it is?
One of the famous Suniula brothers.
Is it the flying Suniula brother Shalom, Roland, or Andrew?
I'm going for Drew.
The best looking one.
It's the best. And there he is, 'tis himself, the best-looking one, self-proclaimed. And I'm not going to really argue with that one because you are the biggest. Welcome to the program, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
For the folks at home that might be under a rock or living in a cave, this happens to be the captain of the Austin Elite in Major League Rugby. He's also had quite a bit of a career in rugby, bouncing around the planet, playing rugby all over the place. You're originally American Samoan. Is that true, Andrew?
Yep, I was born in American Samoa along with my Shalom and Roland.
Your brothers, of course.
Yeah, my brothers. And we grew up in New Zealand for the majority of my life anyway.
All right, so you and Roland speaking to Shalom right now because you guys are playing for the Austin Elite and he's with the Seattle Seawolves.
No, we're still on speaking terms, probably till I see him in a ruck.
So when you guys hit each other, because you've played against each other pretty often, actually, do you try to take his head off or what?
I've played against Roland a lot. He's had the better of me. I still to this day haven't beaten a team he's played for.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
What is it? What's he got against? What's he got on you?
You know, that older brotherly love, I think. Just got to let him have his thing, run through, have your moment, and I'll get you later.
All right. Well, for the folks that might not know this too, you guys played for the Rugby World Cup team in 2015. You and Shalom, and that was the tour in England. And you've also played. Let me just go through your playing career: the Cornish Pirates, the London Wasps, CSM Bucharest. How do you say that?
Bucharesti.
Bucharesti. Yep. And San Diego Breakers in the pro rugby setup with this director of rugby to my right.
And don't forget Old Blue.
And don't forget Old Blue and the Chicago Griffins.
There you
Chicago
go.
Griffins. Got the Pearl City in Iowa. Can't forget them.
I think how many teams have we not mentioned?
I played rugby league in Australia.
What, Taranaki?
And New Zealand as well. I played for Manly Seagulls for a couple of years.
So,
I was at the Mount Albert Rugby League.
So exactly how old are you then?
He's 105.
I just turned 36 this morning.
Excellent. Happy birthday, son.
So you're 3 years away from you're 3 years away from the amount of caps that you have for Team USA, right? 39? Is that right?
That's correct. There's one or two loose caps. They say caps, but not caps. But
are we gonna see
neither here nor there?
Are we gonna see you in like Judge Judy suing USA Rugby about the amount of caps?
No, they both sell.
Fair enough. So, Andrews, in all seriousness, let's talk about Major League Rugby. We've all been close to the previous iteration of professional rugby in the United States. What's the difference this go-around for you?
Well, first of all, Steve Lewis is not in charge. So that's
always a good thing.
No, I think the main difference is it's not all centrally run by one entity. This is quite spread out and quite organized. All the clubs have their own responsibilities and the ability to franchise and have their own identity and grow as a club. Whereas pro rugby set up and run centrally, which I thought he did a great job. Obviously, it didn't work out at the higher above him, but no, this is definitely different. Has a different feel about it. I'm excited to still be involved in this part of American rugby. Yeah. To still participate on the field. Huge honor for me.
So Drew, quick question. Early days, right? It's only third week coming up. How would you compare the quality of the two leagues so far? It's a lot of players played in both. Maybe less foreign players this time around. But how would you compare, or do you see any differences yet?
I think the first difference is we had our preseason games, which were televised. So a lot of the rust has been, dusted off, and a lot of the teams kind of got into their patterns and everything. Where in pro rugby, the first 2 or 3 weeks would look like preseason.
Yep, good point.
So I guess it was like right off the bat, it's been a good product right from the start in terms of the amount of tries that are scored, quality of tries that are scored. I think that's probably the only difference. I mean, we're only into week 2, so it can only go up from here.
So, Drew, you are the captain of this Austin Elite team. Right now, you guys are 0-2. How do you? What is your style of leadership as the captain? Because you are basically a wrecking ball on the pitch. I mean, there's no denying that people see you physically because you're a physical player on the pitch. What about in the locker room?
Like I tend to lead just by doing. I'm not really a big rah-rah speech type of leader or that type of person anyway. I just think you lead by example, and then the guys will follow you behind. I don't really say too much. I try not to say too much, but we do have a very young team, and we try and rally around one or two.
You have a young team. You got you and Pedri and Clever and come on. What are you kidding? You guys have rocking chairs on the sidelines.
That's a wheelchair. Pedri and Todd and myself to trying to bring that average age up, because I think we're like mid to low 20s average age when I first got in.
No kidding. Steve, any final questions for Mr. Suniula?
Is that really a White Sox cap you're wearing?
Always got to represent.
Nobody's going to challenge you on that hat.
I wear it to practice tonight.
All right, well, good luck for the rest of the season. We'll be rooting for you guys. And just so you know, no added pressure to you, but anybody that's appeared on this show is undefeated to date.
I'm going to hold you there.
All right, fair enough. You come back on and you can yell at me. On behalf of Mr. Drew Suniula and Mr. Steve Lewis, I'm Matt McCarthy at the Fantasy Sports Network here in New York City, signing off.